To log into your ebook, the first thing that you're going to do is type the word indiancreek.schoology.com onto your browser. Now notice that Indian Creek is not followed by the word school, so it is indiancreek.schoology.com. So in the next screen, you have the Schoology login, and your username is going to be your first name and your last name, all in one word without spaces. So for a student named Max Mahoney, that is her username. Now the password would be the first name and then the first letter of the last name. So for this student, her password would be MAXM. But now for most of you, your login password is going to be long enough. But for this student, her login password is too short. So for students who have a password that comes up to 4 letters or less, then you have to add the letters ICS to the end of the password. So for this student, her login password would be MAXMICS, and then you make sure to hit login. Now your next screen is going to show you logged in to Santillana USA, and it's going to show your name on the far right, and you're going to select your course. Mine shows all my 5 courses, but you're going to click on the only one that shows up on yours. So for example, if you're on my 8MG6, that is the section that shows, and that's the section that you're going to click on. Your next screen is going to show you a list of units. The assignment that you were given will say what unit you're on. If it's Unidad 5, 6, 7, or 8, and you will click on that unit as it was assigned. So for example, if you were given Unidad 5, España, you click on that. The next screen is going to show you the interactive student book link, which is a link to your textbook. Then it shows fans online activities and then practice workbook. So if you were given an assignment on the textbook, this is where you go. If you were given a online activity, this is where you go. And if you were given a workbook activity, either you have the choice to do it on your paper workbook or you can do it online. So say you were given a textbook activity, you would click on this link. Now you would have been given a unit number, a page number, and an activity number. So now you're inside the textbook, and it looks just like the one we have in the classroom, except we can make it look like the pages are side by side. And you will just go to the page that you were assigned. So say you were assigned to go to page 38, you can type it here, or you can always click on this arrow to advance to the next page. So if you were assigned page 38, activity 6, this is where you're at. Some pages have some extra resources like this one, where you see a photonovela, or it's more of a video like a soap opera, but it narrates this activity, this story that's taking place in this desafío, which is one of the challenges in the unit. So if you look here, each unit is divided into desafíos, and it is 4 desafíos per unit. Each desafío, which means a challenge, is more like a chapter, and it introduces different vocabulary and grammar for each of those desafíos. La llegada means the arrival, and el encuentro is the encounter. So the characters in the book, they arrive in España at this part of the book, and then they go into all the challenges and they find themselves again at the end of the unit. Here you have more activities like videos and audio activities that are more suited for the use in the classroom on the whiteboard. But here, if you're looking for a certain term, you can look it on the glossary. So if you're looking for a word like, well, it doesn't matter, whatever word you're looking for, you type it in there, or you look through by the letter of the alphabet that it begins with. Okay, so now if I want to get out of the interactive student book and I want to go back to Unidad 5, España, I was given an activity online. This is where I would go. And again, you would have been given a unit and a desafío, and that's what you would click. And for example, if you were doing this activity that you were assigned, you click on it, you do the activity, and because with any activity you do online, you are logged in, so it'll tell me that you've done this activity online. You have to complete the activity, however, for you to get the report to me. If you don't complete the activity, it doesn't tell me yet that you did it. So if you had this activity to do, you just grab
human body. Do you know the name of each part? Drag the correct word to each blank in the picture.
el brazo. So, oh, la boca. I should do one side at a time, huh? La pierna, el pie. I would do la cara, is the face. El ojo, the eye. La oreja is the ear. El cuello is neck. El pelo, hair. So the check orange box doesn't appear until you're done with the whole activity, and then you click on it, and now it shows you what was right, and if there was anything wrong, it will tell you down here, and you can do it again. So now when I get out of this activity, and I'm gonna go back to the Unidad 5 España, where you have the 3 resources: the textbook, the online activity that we were just at, and now if the homework was on the workbook, you have the choice to do it on the paper version of the workbook, or you can do it here. And again, because you're logged in, it tells me that you've done it. So if you were assigned Unidad 5, Desafío 4, you would go there, and these activities match the numbers on the activities in the workbook, the paper workbook that you have. So I would, if I were to assign the workbook, I would give you the page number for the paper version, but I would give you these numbers for the online version. So it'll say Unidad 5, Unit 5, Workbook, Desafío 4, and then this is the activity number. So if I said I wanted you to do this one, Buenos Hábitos, if you look in the workbook, this activity that's going to show up will match the one that's in the paper workbook. So you do one or the other. Sometimes you leave the workbook at school and you're not able to do the homework, except that you have the version online. And so here's the activity that you would be doing, and it says él siempre hace deporte. What are you supposed to do here? Write a caption for each photo, use the verbs in the box below. So él siempre hace deporte matches that picture, so I could choose caminar, and you have to look at your pictures and see which one. And now you're gonna write somebody walks. I could say el muchacho camina, period. Now again, this orange box is not gonna appear until I'm done with all the activities. So and sometimes it's gonna say at the end, when you hit accept, it's going to say your teacher has to check this activity, because some of these answers can be very different from one person to the next. The verb should be the same, but the answers should be will be different. So I'm going back to Unidad 5 España, and now at least you have a pretty good idea as to where to go when you're given an assignment online. You just find the section that you're in, you find the unit that you're studying, you find out whether it's textbook activity, online activity, or workbook, and then you click on that link to get that assignment done. Okay, well, good luck.